Okay, hello and welcome to part 2 of our Songs of Syx gameplay in the great city of Foremenlore. So in the previous one we just set up our basic city, we accepted a couple of immigrants as well, up to a population of 25, very nice, and we are now an emir, which is very good as well. So we're just going to continue on, we'll start slow. We've managed to get our hunter up, which is great, that means we can start hunting up these onyx for their cotton. These are the little guys here, the little shippers. And then we've also got these guys over here, the Orokai. They'll give us some leather and some meat as well, which we can use to make clothes. Or at least we would if we had any space in our warehouse to get them, which we have a little bit of space, so we'll include cotton, and we'll also include hides, which we have. Fantastic. We've also got a small little bakery here as well, just to make us a little bit of bread to give us some additional food as well, on top of the meat that we're getting. And we've got to think about now how we're going to continue to expand into the coming years. Overall, we've got kind of our basic things down. What we probably want to do is we probably want to get a not a food stall, sorry, a market. And we'll put that down over here like so. And we'll build ourselves just a nice little stall like that. It's going to cost a little bit of furniture, but we have enough furniture, that should be fine. And that could be a little stall there. It'll make our people more happy, they'll have more access to things, and that'll be great. After that, we need to really think about how we're going to get people in. We currently have a little bit of entertainment from our speaker. That's great. We've got our well, our hearth, and our lavatory, and when we have the marketplace, that should be that as well. Having a little look at the religious aspect, so majority of our people seem to be followers of Athuri, which is nice. That does actually boost quite a lot of the things that we would like to boost. Craterism as well is probably good to get to. We probably have the majority of the Cretonians as craters. Does seem so. So we've got 4 craters, we've got 7 Athurisms, so I think what we'll do as well is we'll try and build up just a little bit of a shrine to Athuri. It's going to cost us a little bit in stone, but I think that's okay. And that can actually hold 28 worshippers. We'll put it over here next to this kind of, the housing district. Do we want to make it bigger? This could have a lot more worshippers in it. Something to think about, I think we'll just keep it small for now, we just want to have the one. Yep, and that should be fine. It's going to cost us still quite a lot of stone in order to build. But we've got the stone in the stockpile, which is going to make sure we're cutting down these trees as well. Let's bump up the time a little bit while we're doing that and people can get to work. Already we're clearing out the market, fantastic. And we've got our little houses set up as well. We've got a vegetable farm down here, but we do need to get some form of vegetables in order to make that. So we might have to think about setting up some logistics in order to do that. Both an export depot and an import depot when we get the opportunity to. In the meantime, should we potentially also think about making some kind of just fruit farm? I would like to go for the orchards. I do like the orchards, but I usually find that they just die before, or they get some kind of horrible infection before you can even use them. We're going to give we'll give a little bit of a barrier between the two so we can fit in roads and also irrigation as well. And that should be fine. We'll try and build up a fruit stockpile there. And we should have enough odd jobbers that we can get about and do that okay. We should probably also think about expanding out our longhouses just a little bit. Make sure as well that we are building with wood. Like so. Yep, fantastic. And we can start to build up a little bit more homes. People will be happier when things are made out of wood as well. So we'll just continue on doing that. And we'll probably also just start transitioning into stone once we've got more of a long-term ability to get stone. But we're sitting here, it's currently summer, very nice. It's quite hot, but we've got our well up, we're getting our housing up, our shrine is up as well, so people will be happy about that. They'll be able to use it to get enough. The temperature's rising to an extreme level today, make sure you have a way for subjects to cool down. We do, we've got our well, that's fine. But people should be a little bit happier now with their religious aspect. They should be able to get a little bit more access for Arthurianism. And then as far as the services goes, people are wanting, like, you know, the big things. They're wanting access to restaurants. You've got a little bit of access to markets there, fantastic. And you've got good access to food stalls too. So yeah, that should be fine. People are just wanting more goods, which we don't have anything to give them yet, but we'll work on it. Let's have a little think about what we're going to do up here. So we're probably going to build a road up a little bit here. I like to kind of plan out roads as best I can, just so things are looking nice. Yeah, we'll probably build like a road here, like so. And these buildings will probably expand up, probably a little bit further, so yeah, we'll try and have them like that, and we can have a smaller building inside the middle here that can extend out, and then once we're up here we'll probably start building around this building like so, and probably same on the other side. Good. People get to work with that, they can just start building those roads when they get a second. The odd jobbers will be able to take care of it, and we'll speed up the time a little bit as well. Get these houses built, get people happy, start bringing in more folk as well. We probably don't want to bring in any of the fish people, they will just start fights, which we don't really want if we can help it. We just want to try and expand as much as we can. One thing we do need to think about as well is getting a laboratory, which we could actually build a small one over here. That's not actually the worst shout ever. Just a nice smallish laboratory here, where we can build some researcher stations, or even just like a big one. Yeah. Takes a little bit of furniture, like so. And that should be fine. We've got the doors here that we can put in, and that should hopefully keep us there. Alternatively, we could have even more people coming in and just have them working on stations, kind of like coming down the middle like so. Which does actually look maybe a little bit better in my mind now I think about it. We'll take 22 workers, we won't be working this to full capacity, not for a while, but it will bring our knowledge up, and we'll go over knowledge a little bit more when we kind of get into about how the research works in the game. Just kind of thinking of having to take generational knowledge and then write it down somewhat so you don't forget it. It's not like other games where it's like, oh, once you've researched something, that's it. You've got nothing else to worry about. You've got to use your research to keep the research that you have available to you. Otherwise you start to lose some of the benefits. So we've got a little bit of cotton that's coming. That's very, very nice. And we're actually full up on furniture. Once we get the ability to export things, we will probably send them out as one of our main export. And other than that, things are going quite well. Let's get these roads built out a little bit more, probably combine this sort of main square, and we'll build out a couple of roads around the shrine here as well. Fantastic. And that should be all looking good. We might want to set up one of our pastures and potentially a woodcut. I'm thinking pastures probably like over here-ish. Or we could just set up a small one relatively close by, kind of more down towards the farming bit over here just to begin with. Out of everything that we have access to, so you've got your pigs, they're really good for meat, best for meat. We've got onks, which we could use to get more cotton, or we can get some cows. Yeah, let's get a couple of cows. Why no? Why no? We'll just build a small pasture over here, like so. It's going to cost us a little bit in wood. That's fine. We'll build a gate and a hut. This isn't going to be the most optimal kind of placement of things at the moment, but we want to just keep things kind of small for when we're just starting. And as always, we will build a road down as well. Now, the main question is, do we want to have the larger road? I think actually keeping just a little bit of space in the middle looks quite nice. We no longer have enough workers. We must have finished up one of our big places. That's fine. And then, yeah, that's alright there. We're going to dodge this stuff here. So it can come around and then we can join in with the farms down here. Like so, and then we'll probably branch this one off over here, just in a 3x. Let's come over here in a 3x. We'll move these farms and these pastures when we get a second. Yes, looks like our laboratory has finished. We're only looking for, we'll say 12 scientists for now. I think that should be fine. Got a couple more immigrants that have come in as well. Fantastic. Got more of those Dondorians. Just having this level of scientists will rapidly increase the amount of technology we're having. We can see here that our technology is heading up further and further, which is really, really good. We could think about upgrading this warehouse as well, which I think we will. That means that we can actually hold far more stuff in our inventory here for the number of crates that we're allocating. So I think that's a good way to expand out how much we have. We're already at the cap for furniture anyway, so we might as well make sure that we're storing it as best we can, just so we half that spoil rate. We don't have any more grain left for the bakery. That is a bit of a shame, so what we'll do is we will close that down for just now. Or there's another way we can do it, so we leave it here and then we turn off the activity here. That means there's nobody going to be working here, but it stays there. And we can just turn that on fairly simple with just a button click. We do need to have a little bit of a think about our carpentry workshops. Sorry, not carpentry workshops, our tailors. because we want to try and make some clothing out of any of the hides that we get. We don't have fine clothing yet, so we can't quite use the cotton, which is a bit of a shame. It doesn't look like we've actually got any hides. It seems like our hunters are very busy just killing all these onyx that are quite close to us. But not to matter. Our happiness has taken quite a bit of a hit. Why is that? People are unhappy. They've lost some access to things. I guess because the number of food rations has gone down by quite a bit, just as we are not getting that bulk of meat coming in anymore. That's fine. People are just building out the roads. We may send some people just to hunt these as well, just straight up. And that should be okay. We haven't lost anybody yet, which is good. We need to think about maybe making just a small corpse pit somewhere, in case somebody's killed in a hunting accident, or they freeze to death or something like that. Which will be under the religious tab. No, not the religious tab, afterlife tab. Used to be under religion, now it's changed. We'll just build like a small 5x5. We can fit 9 people in here. We're not really expecting people to be buried here, but we'll have it just in case the unthinkable happens. Having a little look at our research, how are we doing? So we've currently got 182. These things usually cost a little bit more. We could make a metal smelter if we wanted to. Or we could have a little think about our various other things. I mean, plumbing is a potential, but it's very worker intensive. Haven't really got agriculture up yet. We could start thinking about our roads a little bit more, getting some bonuses, but I think we're okay for just now. Maybe even just getting a proper graveyard could be something to do. We'll just keep saving up our points for just now, and that should be fine. And we're just going to keep on going on. The fact that we've got at least our laboratory up does help things quite a lot. And we'll make sure everybody's working along. Once these roads are done, people will be able to work a little bit better. We didn't manage to get any more fruit, did we? No, it needs to be in late summer. We'll probably build a workstation there just to force them to harvest that. Just so we can get this fruit farm up as soon as possible. But people are slowly trickling in, and that's good. We just need to keep a little eye on our food stockpile. We managed to eat all of our grain, which I guess we could have used to build a grain farm. That might have been a better idea for it, but never mind. We'll set up a little grain farm over here as well. Get these nice fields on the go. We do need the grain to complete that. We don't have any harvestable grain here. We really only have fruit here. Big fields of grain down here though, which we do have access to now that we built that little bridge in the last go. You can see somebody running about over there. Fantastic. Must be one of our immigrants who's just popped into the city. 39 people already. So we're expanding slowly but surely. You can't complain about that. We could also potentially think about setting up a fishery over here as well. Fishery here. Because we can use that to just help us produce a little bit more food too. Which honestly doesn't sound like that bad of an idea, though. We will have to think about how much it's going to cost us in the auxiliaries. It does only cost us the wood. We can get 100% efficiency here for 4 fishermen. And we are an Amarier, which means we can now have our export and import depots up. Fantastic, because we've got our 40 population. Great. We're going to use that to start importing some of our stuff that we do need, and we can export a little bit of furniture as well. Let's set up this little fishery here. I think this is a nice place to put it. And we can worry about the irrigation once we've actually got that unlocked. We could also potentially start sending people to start mining out this ore. This is a very good ore deposit. Very, very high percentage of base production. You can see that because it's got ore deposit. 87%. This is going to make us a lot of ore, and it could actually be a really good way of getting cash in the early game. But never mind, let's not worry about it for just now. Let's get ourselves some depots, which will sit very nicely in here. So we've got an import depot there. And we'll get an export depot as well. They fit very, very nicely in this sort of central alleyway that was fairly close to the warehouse, so it's not too much of a trek to get there. We can use that. We'll export some of our furniture, as I said, and we'll use that to pay for some of our other goods. We're getting a lot of research coming in. Fantastic. And we've got our pasture being completed here just to increase the number of meat we're getting as well. And we're actually up to 7 days worth of food. Even with 40 people, we've got 7 days worth of food left, so I'm not too worried about that. We've got a good stockpile of stone, decent stockpile of wood, but we're going to use a lot of that when we make these orc pastures. Maybe just tell people just to fell a couple more trees. They will grow back at some point. And that should be fine. We've got our fishery as well. If we need to, we can start to just bring people off the laboratory work. And that will be absolutely fine. There we go, we're importing. What should we import? So I think Probably what we should try and import first. Let's import some vegetables, which we don't have a warehouse stock of yet, so let's add them in. And we want to set it so that we have at least 45 vegetables. This is going to cost us money. Okay, can we buy any vegetables for you? We can. We would have to become trade partners. We'd have to give them a lot of stuff for it, but okay. You have nothing to be able to offer the faction. Nah, they're not going to be happy with that. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, so we're not going to be able to import anything yet. Let's have a little look at the world map and we'll kind of see what's around us. So we're here kind of up against this mountain. We've got the Kingdom of Kennis here, the one that we were just talking to. We've got these guys here. It seems like we're quite trapped unless we can maybe trade with Heckenridge, but it does seem to be free land. So we've really only got Kennis as a trade partner that we could use. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Right, what do you want to use? Yeah, we've got nothing to offer the faction. They're not going to accept this. We don't quite have enough of all this to give them. But maybe if we can get some more wood, we can give them some of that. That should be fine. Let's go back to here. And we should be alright to keep going. Bit of a shame, I kind of was hoping that we would be able to import some of that, but we can probably export some of our furniture. So we're saying, hey, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, Kennis, we do really want to trade with you, Kennis. Come on. Why don't you like us? There. Yeah, they just don't seem to like us very much at all. How big is their army? 37 soldiers. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll have to keep that in mind. So yeah, we'll just have to consider about what our options are going forward, but we're just setting ourselves up here. That should be fine. What time are we in? It's currently spring. Still 40 people. We'll have these pastures up soon. Hopefully we'll have this fishery up as well. We just need these vegetables. We need these fruits when we can. So we'll wait until late summer and then we'll build up a workstation. We'll send people over there to extract it. How are people working in the laboratory? Yep, that's fine. The laboratory's doing okay. People are using its services. I'm very glad that they finally removed the farting noise sound effect. Anybody who played for a long time will know exactly what I mean, because that did get very tedious very, very quickly. Speaking as somebody who does not enjoy farts very much. Personally found that a little bit grating, but they removed it, so good on the devs for doing that. People are just having a little bit of skinny dip down here in the river. Once we manage to get this sorted out, I think things will be going pretty well. We've got a good stockpile of furniture as well. Our carpenters are working pretty well. We still haven't managed to find any leather yet or any hides. We're still mostly just hunting these onyx, I think. Our hunters are doing well. They're producing quite a bit of food for us. Only got 4 days of food left just now though, so we'll have to keep a little eye on that. And we should maybe think about building some more houses as well, just to keep people happy. Yeah, probably build up another long house here, and then we'll probably cut through here with a little road just so people can get access. I've screwed up the placement of that, I think. Have I? Probably. Let's cancel these jobs. We'll remove these. And we will cancel these jobs. So you can delete the jobs just by doing that. Like so, and we'll cancel that out. Not quite sure what happened there. I must have just fat fingered it. There we go. Good stuff, yeah, so that's a little bit better. So rather than having just walls in the middle of our road, we will have nice little houses there. We'll build another road over here. And then as I was trying to say before, I fat fingered it. We'll build a nice little access road there as well. So people can move in and out. They'll have better access to the stalls over here. And they'll have better access to this main road here as well. And that should hopefully deal with anybody who's having a little bit of homeless issues. But we've got a good stockpile of stuff. Just now though, what time is it? It's summer. We'll probably actually set up this workstation over here. Now, we might as well, just so we can get people to work it. And yeah, we'll get 2 of our guys here. and they're just going to start working on this when they get a second. Oh, we didn't get rid of those walls, excuse me. Let's remove those walls, please, thank you. And then we'll rebuild that wall as well. Road, sorry. Rebuild the road, make it look nice. Should all be good. What's happening over here? We've got 2 guys there. It's not quite late summer yet, so they can't quite start harvesting that, but as soon as they can, that'll be great. Let's have another little look and see if we can't get that trading agreement yet. Still will not accept. They just want too much. Yeah, we just got nothing to work. We haven't got enough to offer them for them to actually be able to accept that. As soon as they do, we can start importing stuff from them though, which will be helpful. It's one of the bad things about setting up where we have is we're kind of isolated from everybody else. Everything needs to kind of come through here. I'm guessing we can't get a trade agreement. No. So we only have the one neighbor, so this is our only neighbor. Interesting in that this freelance here, they don't know how many soldiers they have. We need to use an emissary to get some more information. They could be actually a good place to try and attack. They've got a lot of ore there. They've got a lot of stone there. They've got coal deposits as well, but it's mostly stone, mostly ore. This will be a really nice place to just kind of bump up our industry a little bit. Hopefully some of those trade caravans will come our way at some point. It'd be very, very nice. Got a bunch more wood. We just need people to just harvest up these plants, which it looks like they're doing now. Fantastic. If we can get some more of that fruit, that'd be good. Might even set up another workstation down here as well, just to ensure that we get enough fruit to build up our fruit farm. As soon as we get that, that should be good. We may build a couple more houses, sort of like more down here as well. Potentially over here, we'll need to build a lavatory for them as well, that's fine. Yeah, potentially just build that up there once we get a second. I think people are quite happy in their little sort of centralized housing district at the moment. We'll just kind of have to see how things go going forward. Bretonians are very unhappy. And why is that? Probably not happy with the amount of clothes they've been given. Yeah, they're quite happy with their stalls, their markets, the wells, etc. A little bit happy about the roads. So they are all traitors. Good to know, because we kind of want to make sure that we're saying to guys like, hey, you want to be Arthur or traitorism, because they don't really have much of a way of negative interaction between the two of them. So if we really only just give them the religious stuff, then that's probably better. What's the smallest shrine we can make? We can make one like this size, or we could make one similar size to that one. It did cost a little bit in stone, but it does mean that we'd be able to sort out these worshippers. We'll maybe actually build that more over here by the farms. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, we'll build that down there. Use up some of the stone we've collected, but that's fine. It means that we've got another shrine that's built up, and we'll build like a little road out as well around it, just so people can access it from any which way. 41 immigrants. Once we get our food situation sorted out a little bit more as well, that'll help. How are we doing, guys? You harvest all these? Yeah, it looks like it will take... We'll set this as inactive for the moment. We're not really that bothered about cutting down this wood. We want them just to haul the fruit back over. Over here, yep, we've also harvested all these fruit. Good job, boys. We'll just cut that out. And how are we doing over here in the warehouse? Let's actually set it to AI so they can, if we're starting to get overloaded, we can add in more people to the warehouse just so they can start ferrying stuff a little bit better. And we're getting this other shrine up as well. Good job, boys. Good job. Just keep it on the go. We'll get these aurochs up as well soon. We'll get these farms cleared out, get some more wood as well. And when we've done that, we'll be able to start making our own food and not just relying on our little hunter hut, which will be good. We've actually got a decent amount of cotton as well, actually. It was quite nice. And so far, nobody's died from hunting. That used to be quite a regular thing that would happen. Let's have a little look at our research quickly. We've got quite a bit of research leveled up. We need to have a little think about what we want to do. We could invest a little bit into hunters to make them a little bit more efficient. Not sure about that. I kind of almost want to say that we are going to expand out what we can do a little bit more. We could potentially think about becoming a crude weaver, so we could start using that cloth, and then that gets us down being able to make better stuff. Yeah, once we get to Weaver Refined. Decisions, decisions, decisions. We're not really worried about Empire at the moment. We could... No, we don't need bakery specialization or refined. We could think about brewing stuff, but I think we're alright for just now. Maybe the best thing we could potentially go for just now is saving up for additional knowledge, but that's going to cost us quite a lot in order to upgrade the laboratory. Otherwise, we could make it so that our carpenters are more effective. Given that they're going to be our basic way of making money in the early game, that is always a good shout. Yeah, I think we might do that actually. We'll get level 1 in carpentry basics for just now, and that'll just make our carpenters just a little bit more efficient. Just so we can make a couple more chairs. And once we can sell them for some money, that'll be great. Alright, how are we doing over here? We've nearly finished up this shrine. Fantastic. And nobody's in the mass. Oh, no, it does look like somebody's in the mass grave, so somebody did die. That's a bit of a shame. Won't tell me what they die of, but never mind. Didn't see the pop-up up here that somebody had died, but maybe somebody else did. And you can, the eagle-eyed viewer can tell me if anything showed up there. Otherwise, we're just chilling out. We're just building up a little city. Winter's coming, but we're doing okay. We've got a decent number of food. 8 days worth of food. Just thanks to all of the meat that we have. We've filled up our stone, we filled up our wood. Everything's looking pretty good. Might actually say to this warehouse, yeah, you've already got 2 people. Do we just say you should have 3 for just now, because there's a lot of things to deliver. Sure, working radius at the moment. Yeah, let's just expand that out a little bit. 13. That was apparently the whole map. Or very, very nearly. That should mean they actually go out and they start stockpiling these fruits, which then we can use. Yeah, there we go. They are actually stockpiling that, so we can use that for this fruit farm here. So we can actually start growing our own fruit, and that'll be a useful place for the creators to go and work as well. As they say, slow and steady. Well, how many years is this now? This must be year 3. Nearly start of year 4, so we've gone through a couple of years here. We've built out a little bit, we've got a couple more people in, we've got our shrines up as well, fantastic. Our lavatories working overtime, as is our laboratory, don't get them mixed up, especially if you need to go. We'll probably expand out our our warehouse when we get a second, as well, just so we can continue to store more of our goods, especially as we start getting more and more of our furniture as well. I do want to see if there's anything. They just won't accept anything. They just do not. Oh, they will accept that. That's a lot of wood. It's a lot of stone. That's all of our furniture. It will get us a trade deal. Yes, we agree. Okay, not great. We did spend pretty much all of our furniture for that, but never mind. But we will export out as much as we can in order to get that done. And that means as well that we can start to make just a little bit of money, which is good for us. And everybody else is just working out. Why are we not focusing on this? I'd really like this Auric pasture to be cleared out. Probably before the farms, but if they get the farms cleared out, that's also fine. We could do with the vegetables, we could do with the grain as well. It'll just mean that we can import just a little bit more. There we go, we've managed to sell just a little bit of furniture, I believe. Yeah, 80 furniture. That's given us a little bit of money. Fantastic. That'll be that little caravan guy that we just saw there. Off it goes. Fantastic, fantastic. And we've also got some extra immigrants that have come in. We're up to 44 people now. Imagine that. Our little city starting off with so few people becoming truly the great city of Foremenlore. Really brings a tear to the eye. In the meantime, we should probably start thinking about building more of these longhouses if we can, potentially down over here next to the farming area. This isn't going to be the farming area, but we will be able to just use this as also the mining area, to be quite honest. So I think it's not a bad idea for us just to add in a few houses down here, and we can put up a little bit of infrastructure as well, build a lavatory, build a well and a hearth. Potentially put it next to this shrine here. They can service both, or potentially a little bit further down so it can actually help the guys who are working. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll build up a little well just here. We'll build up. We'll put them a little bit to the side here. Yeah, so we can fit a road in through here, and then we'll also build up our hearth too. Yeah, like So, dear colleague, perhaps you heard me. I see your struggles and hereby extend a helping hand. They're going to give us money and a bunch of bread. Don't mind if I do. I've accepted the offer. Thank you very much for all the bread. I guess they're kind of looking at the fact that our meat is running down a little bit. They're going to give us a bunch of bread. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Especially seeing as these guys are our only trading partners, so we do kind of need them. But yeah, we'll build up our little well, our hearth, we'll build up a little warehouse here that store things. Initially going to store food, but then probably also go into ore as well when we get a second. Everything is looking good. We just need more people coming. Come on guys, come in. It's a lovely city. I think we'll all agree. Anyway, is that the start of spring? Almost. It's near the... Yes, day 1 of spring. Fantastic. So we've just got our big shipment of bread. We will break bread over Easter. And I think we'll actually call this episode here. So thank you very much for watching. If you've been enjoying the Songs of Syx gameplay, please let me know. And if you'd like to become one of our nobles, leave a little comment down below and we'll get you in when we get a second. Anyway, that's been me, Chazzy Burger. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.